Something is seriously wrong with Joe. An ex-House physician, Dr. Ronny Jackson, says he believes that the president, 78 years old, will be forced to resign or face the 25th Amendment because he is not fit for office. Hello everyone, this is Mr. Obvious, and today on the internet, we're going to be talking about President Joe Biden losing his mind. This is some pretty shocking stuff, folks. Now keep in mind, Representative Ronny Jackson was the top White House doctor for both Trump and Obama. So you can't say the guy was just being biased. And he thinks that Biden won't even finish his first term in office for being unfit. In other news, Biden's approval ratings plunged to all-time lows, where everyone is questioning, is Joe Biden losing his mind? We're going to talk all about that, folks, and more. But before we do, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for updates for future content, and if you like this sort of content, share this video with your family and friends. It's a really good way to boost the channel and spread the word. So let's just jump right in, folks. Here we are on the Daily Mail, and we're going to be taking a look at what physician Ronny Jackson has to say about the president. It's some truly shocking stuff, folks. The story begins, House Representative Ronny Jackson, who served as the top White House physician under Obama and Trump administrations, has predicted that President Joe Biden won't finish his first term in office because of a lack of fitness for the job. He goes on to say, quote, something is seriously wrong with Biden, and it's only going to get worse. The Republican congressman from Texas tweeted on Thursday. It's past the point of embarrassment. He lost. He can barely put a coherent sentence together. Jackson added, he must have a cognitive exam and release the results. Man, absolutely scathing report from this physician. I don't know if it's fair to say that this representative has bias, as he worked for both Trump and Obama, which means he was probably appointed in the Obama administration. Obama was a Democrat. You can't really accuse him of having bias, but I think that Representative Ronny Jackson is basically saying the same thing that a lot of us are thinking. Joe Biden is clearly, rapidly, in cognitive decline. He's losing his brain. Now, Ronny Jackson went on to predict that his own cabinet will be the one to invoke the 25th Amendment. The 25th Amendment is what you invoke when the president is not fit for the job medically, physically, mentally, emotionally, etc. It's not something that happens lightly. There's many Democrats who wanted to use the 25th Amendment against Trump. Just keep in mind that Trump could actually string a sentence together, and Joe Biden can't even, he's literally incomprehensible at this point. I'm going to read you a direct quote from Joe Biden. This is what he said in the recent CNN town hall. Quote, and the question is whether or not we should be in a position where you, are, why can't the experts say we know that this virus is, in fact, it's going to be, or, excuse me, we know why all the drugs approved are not temporarily approved by permanently approved. What? I couldn't make this up if I wanted to, folks. This is insane. He literally said this. My God. You're gonna tell me that the president isn't losing his mind. Now, at the same time that this is happening, Biden's ratings are at an all-time low. Here on the Daily Mail, Biden's approval level plunges 6 percentage points in a new poll. So the worst yet, 50%. Almost as low as Trump's highest ever rating of 49%. A new Gallup poll shows that Biden's approval rating is down 6% from last month. At 50% approval, 90% of Democrats approve of Biden's performance, but just 12% of Republicans do. Now, I don't know if I can tell you that Gallup polls are 100% accurate. A lot of this polling seems to favor Democrats. Like, they'll poll 7 Democrats and then they'll poll 4 Republicans, and that's not an even sample size, but they do it a lot. That being said, 50% is the lowest it's ever been, and I suspect that as time goes on, it's only going to get worse. I think you would have to be delusional. You wouldn't really actually watch the news, or maybe you only watch CNN, if you actually believe that Biden is doing a good job. Now, according to the story, it is fair to say that the highest approval ratings are when a president is brand new, and then they slip over time. That being said, Joe Biden never had the classic honeymoon period. Ever since he became president, he was quickly disliked. Well, probably because his policies are absolute garbage. Ever since Joe Biden took office, inflation has been going out of control. They've been printing trillions of dollars with these stimulus packages, money that we do not have enough to pay for. And you always see these Democrats saying that it doesn't matter how much money we print because we can simply tax the rich. Did you know if you taxed 100% of the income of people earning $1 million or more, you would only be able to gather around $700 billion. That's it. It wouldn't even put a dent in the national debt or one of these stimulus packages. Hello? Inflation is inevitable. Now, the hilarious thing are that Democrats are fighting so hard to turn this absolute failure into a win. Here on CNN, the GOP's grave mistake. This is a hilarious article. I laughed when I read it, but basically, we've got CNN trying to claim that, Biden is actually doing really good. Here it says, as Ronna McDaniel, chair of the Republican National Committee, the RNC, falls back on talking points that suggest Americans are fed up with Democratic policies, I'm left wondering what alternative reality she's living in and what poll she's looking at. The Biden administration is currently polling favorably among most Americans, and higher than Donald Trump ever did in his 4 years in office. His highest Gallup poll approval rating never exceeded 49%. Isn't it amazing how they are the framing, the absolute framing? Okay, so let's get this straight. Biden's approval rating is literally at an all-time low. It is plummeted and is probably going to keep plummeting. But no, that's actually a win because it's way higher than Trump's highest ever approval rating. That's hilarious. This is why I think outlets like CNN are trash. They never tell you the truth. They simply frame the conversation, frame the data to lie to you without lying to you. Lying with statistics, lying with manipulation. No. Joe Biden is currently facing a massive failure in approval, and no amount of framing is going to change that. Which brings us to our last story of the day. The India Delta variant surge is projected to peak in mid-October, and they're predicting as much as 240,000 infections and 4,000 deaths per day if vaccination rates stay the same. I'm getting really annoyed by this. I've been seeing a lot of articles talking about the Delta variant and how infections are exploding. You have politicians blaming unvaccinated Americans for the spread of COVID-19. Never mind the fact that scientists from Israel are saying that stuff like the Pfizer vaccine is only around 39% effective against COVID, and that even vaccinated people are getting the virus. It's extremely annoying to see all these stories. Oh, this patient said they wish they got the vaccine, but it's too late. All this dramatic nonsense. Look, people who want to get the vaccine have already gotten the vaccine. And people who either decided not to or were informed by their doctor not to take it aren't going to take it. They're not going to change their minds. In fact, I think you're actually going to cause less people to take the vaccine because you keep shoving it down everyone's throats. Here on USA Today, COVID-19 surge could go on for months, projection says. Most unvaccinated Americans don't plan on getting the shots. It says it right here. It is unlikely that vaccination rates are going to change. And you know what? You want to know what the shocking thing is? Around half of nurses haven't gotten the vaccine themselves. Now, I don't know why, and I don't know what to tell you about that. But the last time I checked, there was a lot of healthcare workers that weren't getting it either. Maybe at the end of the day, people's medical decisions is their own choice, and they should go to their own doctor rather than listening to these mainstream media articles saying that they need to do something medically. But that, my friends, is merely the obvious. Well, that's all for now, folks. What do you think about this story? Let me know down below in the comment section. As always, support the channel by joining me on Patreon or Subscribestar. This channel is currently not monetized. It is supported by viewers like you. Joining will give you access to a private Discord server, Fight Club. It's members only, so check it out, join up, good stuff. If you want to donate, you can donate via DonorBox or with crypto. Links and addresses are down below. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful weekend, folks. I'll see you all next time.